So that's good.
Okay, we're rolling. Hello, Professor.
Okay, so imagine this. You're just out and about one day, and then you see like a fox or something, like an injured fox, out, and you take it to a wildlife rehab center. You notice they're a little hesitant at first, but they take it in, and you ask them to keep you updated on it. Weeks go by, and then they call you, let you know that the fox didn't make it. It passed away. Um, and they try to explain it to you. They're like, hey, like we didn't have the resources necessary to save it. And that's just a tragedy that really is common nowadays. So a lot of wildlife rehab centers, they really lack like the necessary funding to uh, do their services to care for wildlife. And that has negative impacts not only on the animals but also us people as well. So today I'll try to persuade you that wildlife rehab centers should get more funding and support. Not just from their community as well as like big corporations and the government as well. So I'll persuade you that they deserve. I'll explain that they face many financial issues. I will then explain what ways they can get support and the benefits that come from that. So first, like I said, many wildlife rehab centers face a lot of financial issues. And really the main reason for that, so they face a lot of unstable funding as well as rising costs. So first, a lot of wildlife rehab centers depend on grants and donations from the community. According to OPB's October 2025 article titled Shrinking Funds Pinch Corvallis Wildlife Rehab Center by Brian Bull, it explains a rehab center that is facing rising costs, and they've had to cut some of their services. They had to take in less animals, and overall that just kind of have a negative impact on their community and the ecosystem as a whole. So as well, another issue that they face is that a lot of them are facing rising costs of equipment, staffing, and a lot of them are taking in more patients, and they can't keep up with the costs. An example of that is can be seen in Kion's November 2025 article. San Francisco Wildlife Rescue nonprofit is facing financial strain as it raises money for upgrades, by Amanda Harris. It explains a wildlife rehab center in San Francisco that is taking in more patients, and they also face rising costs of equipment. A lot of that is also can be due to government laws that require like renovations and better equipment. And like I explained, a lot of these centers don't have the funding necessary, so they can't keep up with those costs. So they often have to make cuts elsewhere. So like I explained, a lot of them face financial issues, but there are ways they can get funding and other support. Two ways they can get more funding is from grants and donations from the community, as well as other support from, say, veterinary schools. So in their January 2026 article titled Avangard Foundation Awards 250K Grants to Wildlife Rehab Centers, it explains the benefits of grants donated to wildlife rehab centers. A lot of them are allowed to continue their operations. A lot of them expand, taking in more animals, getting them better treatment, and also like doing renovations, upgrading their equipment, and overall just provides like a lot of benefits. Another way that wildlife rehab centers can be supported is through more staffing, because a lot of them face like a lack of staffing, especially among veterinary doctors, because being like a wildlife rehab vet isn't really a popular career path among vets, but there have been efforts to make it more of a popular route. For example, in their 2026 article titled Wildlife Rehab Program, new wildlife rehab program at Bridgewater College. The Wildlife Rehab Center of Virginia describes a program they're doing with a local veterinary school where they're trying to get more vet students to be interested in wildlife rehab. Pretty much like having them do clinicals at wildlife rehabs, trying to like show them the benefits, just try to encourage them to choose this career path so that there's more staffing at these type of centers. So I explained why some of the ways they can get more support. I'll now explain why the support can be beneficial for the community, and not just the animals at these centers help, but also us people as well. So first, obviously what these rehab centers do is they rehabilitate animals. Like if they're injured or they're sick or something, they take them in and heal them up and then release them back to the wild. So according to Paz's article, The Value of Having a Wildlife Rehab Center in Your Community, they explain much of what these centers do. They maintain the population of endangered species, they educate the public, and they maintain ecosystems, which are often very fragile. So like these centers play a crucial role in maintaining those. It doesn't just benefit animals, it benefits humans as well. According to eWild Again's 2009 article, Benefits Provided by Wildlife Rehab Centers, by Alan Casey and Shirley Casey, they explain some of the benefits of these wildlife rehab centers for people. So if they help, if these centers help the animals, they keep them in their ecosystem. They won't come wandering into civilization trying to look for whatever it is they need, and that decreases human-animal interaction, and that can lower the risk of attacks or infections, or just keeping the interaction between animals and humans low. It just keeps everyone safe. So I explained the issues that many of these centers face, how they can provide more support, how they can receive more support, and the benefits that it will have for the community. So I hope after today I persuaded you that these types of centers need more help, and that maybe you can help donate to them or volunteer or just help out, because we all share this world. It's not just us, it's all these animals as well, and making sure that they are kept safe and okay is an important job.